Hi, I'm Michael Jackson Heimos with Santa Monica's Morgan Wixon Theater, here with a talkback conversation with Michael Thomas-Visgar. Now, Michael is a local boy, having grown up here in Southern California and getting his bachelor's degree from Pepperdine University. He's also done shows as an actor all over town. He directed a couple shows for us at the Morgan Wixon, and I'm excited to talk to this actor, director, producer about his experiences and about his future plans. Hello, Michael. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Michael.
So, you're a local boy. Why don't we start with where you grew up and where you went to school?
Yes, I grew up in Malibu, California. My mother is a professor at Pepperdine University, which is where I went to college for theater. I got my emphasis in acting and directing.
The Morgan Wixon knows you as a director, but you also direct around town as well.
That's correct. I've directed at the Road Theater in North Hollywood, and I recently directed a musical for YouTube called YouTube Rewinds the Musical 2019, and we had almost 2 million views on the video.
Wow, that's great.
And it was all local. It was with local people, local performers, who are some of them Broadway veterans.
Now, at the Morgan Wixon, you have directed Moon Over Buffalo and Then There Were None, correct?
That's correct.
How did you find out about the Morgan Wixon?
I was researching through Backstage, and I saw a Backstage for directors, and I was like, oh, that sounds great. And I looked up the theater, and I was like, I have never seen this theater before. And I was like, it looks like a great space. And so I went and interviewed.
So, why do you enjoy directing? What brings you back to directing again and again?
I like the aspect of telling a story and helping actors figure out how to tell the story. I like collaborating as much as possible, and in the director position, you get to collaborate with everyone. It's, the actors are typically collaborating with the director, but the director gets to collaborate with the lighting designer and the sound designer and the set designer and the actors, and it that's kind of what I'm passionate about, is creating a piece of art with other people. And I think I'm good at directing, and it comes much more naturally to me than performing. I've made most of my career as a performer, but the directing, just, there's something about it that speaks to me in a different way than performing, and feels like it's in my blood.
Do you find that being an actor helps you be a better director and vice versa?
Oh, 100%. I think that every director should take acting classes, or at least should have taken an acting class at some point and performed on stage, whether you're good at acting or not, because directors can be great directors and not good actors. Right. And I think every actor should definitely take a directing class, because I like to pride myself on being an actor that directors like to work with, because I don't have to be told, oh, fill this window here, to do the little things. And as directors, we greatly appreciate the actors who understand basic stage concepts and are able to do stuff on their own without us having to be like, can you take 2 steps? I mean, that always happens, but that know how to find their window or find their light. I think it is mutually beneficial for actors and directors to understand the other side.
We have to rehearse. It's so important to Mother and Dad.
You're right. You're right. I agree. Take your clothes off.
Oh, wait! There's something important I have to tell you.
Tell me later when you're naked.
Okay. Oh, hell!
George, stop it!
Oh, no!
We have a performance in 30 minutes.
A performance? Well, we better get moving. You know. Oh, look at him.
Come on, Daddy, let's go.
Oh, Ryland. Who wrote this in?
I have no idea.
They must have changed the schedule.
I must say, I have completely underestimated coffee. It is an excellent drink.
Moon Over Buffalo is very different than And Then There Were None. Do you have a preference whether or not you direct comedy or drama?
My preference is a story that I care about. I love directing like a farce like Moon Over Buffalo because it's just so much fun. In the rehearsal room, there's just a different feeling than you get when directing And Then There Were None. While And Then There Were None has its comedic moments and it has its comic relief, it's a very dense piece. That is very language based, and there's accents and there's so much more that goes into it in a different way than a farce where you have to really work on the comedic beats. I don't know if I prefer one or the other. I think I prefer a drama that has really good comedy in it. I think if I'm going to pick my ideal play to direct, it's something that's truthful and realistic and gets down to the nitty gritty of what our real lives are and is some sort of societal representation of what we go through or have gone through in the past. But life is funny, even when it's sad, even when it's angry. You have to find the humor in life, and I think I'm drawn to something like that.
Being that this is Los Angeles, I assume you have a day job. May I ask, what is that?
Well, I did have a day job, but I do work at Frozen Live at the Hyperion at Disney California Adventure. So that's my day job, which is a pretty great day job.
How are you passing the time during this COVID-19 situation, keeping your creative juices flowing?
Well, it's not always creative, but I'm currently getting my master's in arts and cultural management with emphasis in advocacy and outreach from the University of Denver, which is actually through Disney. So Disney's paying for this master's program that I'm doing. And so that is, I have something to do that is contributing to my career and making me smarter and a better artist. Other than that, I have a group of guy friends that we play Dungeons and Dragons once a week. And that's, it's not great to do it online. It's better in person, but we're playing more often than we did in the past because we're all performers or in the entertainment industry. So there's never been as much time as we have now.
True.
Yeah, I mean, and I've reignited my passion for cooking and baking in this time. And just reading some books.
Is there a particular show that you would like to direct?
I would love to direct Ragtime. I would love to direct Les Mis. I love Shakespeare. I love directing Shakespeare. So, I would love to get my hands on a production of Hamlet somewhere. I did a production of Hamlet for my directing thesis in college where I set it in a prison cell on death row, and I had 2 actors play all of the parts. And that was definitely an exercise. It turned out better than I think it could have turned out, but it was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had directing.
What lays ahead for you as a director? Do you have any plans or hopes?
It's interesting. The path forward for a director sort of building his resume up in the LA area or Southern California is different than it is for an actor. An actor is very clear cut. You submit yourself, you go into audition, you either get it, you don't. The director, it's more of it's not really playing the game, but you have to reach out to theaters. So I found myself starting to work at theaters as an actor in hopes that I can create relationships with the creatives, the artistic teams that are like the producing company, in order to kind of put myself in a position to let them know that I want to direct. And I'm hoping to direct another YouTube musical. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it might.
It'd be a lot of fun. And I know we'd love to have you back at the Morgan Wixon.
Oh, I would love to be back. I've enjoyed every second, even in the times that are hard working there. It's because every show you have challenges. I have enjoyed directing there immensely, and I will always do it if I'm asked.
Well, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it too.
Stay safe.
You too.